All right, everybody, so welcome on into our next episode of our Grand Slam Stygian run. If you are new to this or you're watching over on YouTube, hi, by the way. And if you don't know what it is, essentially we are doing a run where we're taking the same team through all 5 act bosses without any of them dying, while also playing on the Stygian Flame. We got 69 candles there. Seem to be getting that number a lot. That must be a pretty common outcome if you beat the boss. But yeah, so that's what we're doing today. We have defeated the first act, Denial. This is our second attempt. We made it up through Act 3 last time, but died. Up to Act 3. We got to the end of Act 3. But let's go ahead and give ourselves some memories. Come on, favorite toy. That's what Papa ordered. Yes, favorite toy again, very strong there. We do get the additional health, which can maybe help our tank out a bit. We get an additional traveling heal, which is always a nice thing. Bleed resist, which is always pretty nice. I'm gonna put the debuff resist on Dismas, I think, so you can avoid things like blind and whatever the case is. And oh look, we're spinning a wheel of pain. I'm very close to removing this, so enjoy it while you can, because I have no ideas of what else to put on this. No glasses. Okay, sure, we'll do no glasses for a little bit. Now I can't reach at. See, it's just not very good for these kinds of games. I don't know, traveling heal is really nice. But is it better than, I think it's better than 15% health. Or 5% health. 15% health would be nicer. And we'll give our Jester some bleed resist. And we'll call that a day and be on our way. Yes, the Dark Passenger. That's me. I am the darkest of passengers. So edgy and gothic. That's me. All right, Act 2. Let's see what you got. We got you. We got the team, the dream team. It's gonna kick your booty. Spill that tax? Tax? I don't know.
Slim Shady 2.0.
Oh god, I don't need my eyes to see this.
Stupid thing, along as you don't remove
it's a good start to the day here at Chick-fil-A. Okay. We good? Shut up. You know we love you. Yes, I do love you. I love you all very much. Just gonna mess around with the weapon kits a little bit. Because get to see different ones. Try them out. This is the gold ones. Sure. I don't know. We're just trying out different ones. All right, we're going to take the same team. Nobody can rename anybody because Red Hook won't let us do that quite yet. Or will ever. I don't know. I keep asking them, and they keep not doing it, so... But this is attempt number 2.
Sacred and sputtering.
And oh, already off to a little bit of money. It's always good to hit these little bit of leaves. Defeated the Focus Fall yesterday for the first time and no one died. Hell yeah, congratulations. That is no easy feat, especially with 0 deaths. That's very impressive. I don't remember what pass we have, or not pass. I don't remember what quirks we have, so we'll have to take a look at that. It's been a little while. So we've got Hard Skin, which is probably something we should try to lock in. I do remember we have Off Guard. Bon Viv, Thick Blooded, Pyro, Cultophobic, Devout. Nothing amazing besides Hard Skinned, which like isn't like that amazing, but it's pretty amazing. Hey Berg, how's it going? Good to see ya. See, I'm not dead yet. I mean, we've just started the run, so nobody has died quite yet, but you know, no promises. No, you're supposed to dodge. Now you can't. Now you have to eat that damage. We're literally in the valley, Berg. Fight one. We just started. Burn? Oh, pyro. Right.
A simple variable. Easily
Did let us know. Okay, but okay, I need to figure it out because I've now had people say that it is and people say that it's not. I've had more people confirm that it hasn't worked for them. I feel like there's two different builds of the game out right now. Because I even watched somebody the other day, yesterday, where taunt didn't work for them in phase 1. That was yesterday. So I have no idea. If there's like two separate builds or something weird going on.
The place is a little worse for wear.
So, yeah.
Familiar nonetheless.
It's definitely interesting to see. We'll have to figure it out ourselves. But it is what it is. All right, so let's go ahead and do what we gotta do.
Everywhere.
The Stygian Blaze. Shrieker Chick is probably the one that we're gonna go for. Increases per scouting, increases crit, and increases our quantity of looted baubles. The baubles is really what we care about. Pot and Still at the beginning, again, is very strong. This is something we've been relying heavily on, and there's good reason for it. The production of whiskey items is a really strong thing to get. Just the additional whiskey flasks can make all the difference in the world. So I think we're going to go with the Chick, and we'll probably go ahead and grab... No. God, it moved. It moved. Oh, God. There we go. And we can get this Hail Drought, which we're going to throw on our Plague Doctor, because right now she is feeling very squishy, and we need a little bit of health on her. So, be here just racing a Need for Speed. Hell yeah. Hope you get all your races are victorious.
Your coach must be maintained if it is to carry you where you must go.
All right. Stygian Blaze is on. PD had the extra turn or stun trinket. Oh yeah, the Oversprung Pocket Watch, very, very strong. Especially if you get it on like an Alchemist, because she has such a high stun resist base. You can work some magic with that. You can work some fucking magic with that shit. All right, apples and cheese, steak, stale bread, all of the above. His debuff resist should be like decently high right now, so that's good. Everybody's fed up. What's her... Does she not get any benefit from the food? Oh, does it not? I don't think... Maybe it doesn't... No. She was at 25. Quirk, Equip Flame. Has the food not taken effect yet? Maybe it hasn't. I don't know. That's weird. Maybe it doesn't. Who knows? I'm not paying attention. More field hospitals. We like this. Gilded Mind is great, but I'm not really going to go for the bleed resist lowered shroud. That means we should probably keep some of our money. We can get rid of... we can afford to get rid of Off Guard and Bad Digestion and procs. That's good. Like Flawed Release is probably the other one we want to get rid of. Thanks to the head pat, Spearman. I appreciate it. But it'd be a good start for us. So anything we really, really need. I mean, I usually like to grab whiskey early on, but I think keeping our money is going to be really important for us here. So... There's so much worse in store, yeah. All right, let's go for it. We can try for the Librarian, depending on how we feel. Deep breath. We're playing Vanguard, right? We're not playing Vanguard. Nope. We're gonna have to rely with between him and the Jester. So Vanguard could do about 11 damage. If we can get him a buff, we might be able to get him up to 12.
Ruined and aflame.
All right, we do have a late hospital, which may be better for us. Might be better for us to avoid this first one and kind of go this way, get combat, or go up this way. Bunch of hospitals, yeah, exactly. Hospital right before the lair, too, is pretty nice. The cleave attack again, it's 12 on the front lung and 9 on the back lung. I think we'll go up this way. Well, no, it's too early for the Hoarder. So we really can't get too much out of that. But the watchtower doesn't do much for us either, honestly. I'd rather not take the hazard. Either way, we're gonna have to. There is a safe route up here as well. We can maybe go up this left route. I don't know what there is, but there's a couple. There's at least one fight, which is good. Oh my god, Berryman.
The Berryman Zero decided to say this stupid thing.
You guys are really making me want to regret putting that up. You guys so much. That's gonna go for so long. It is a stupid thing. You're the one who did it. Ooh, 4 glimmer. I'll take that. I hate you. Choo choo. Yeah, it's 400 characters. This is a good find. This is a very good find. I mean, the Sacred Scribbles don't do much for us quite yet, but they can eventually. Possibly if we get something like a Lightning Element or something. A little too generous. I can't change it, so. Maybe I can apply this with the Jester and get some symbionts with that. Who knows? Yep. This is my life now. I'm gonna go for the assistance encounter. I hate this. I hate this hell that we're in. Really doesn't like this part. The Cillian.
2 decillion 222 nonillion 200.
It's a hell of your own making, that's very true.
2 octillion 222 septillion 200.
Alright, another assistance encounter. We don't get a choice here, do we? No.
222 quadrillion 222 trillion 200.
We're on trillions, so we're almost there.
222,222,222.
There it is. It's done. It's over. God help our souls. God damn, this sucks. Can I see the torchlight, please? I guess this is the better option. Wait, how did a Jester get down to 5 already? Yikes. Oh, this is not gonna be fun. The purity of the silence after it's over is sublime.
The lost souls of a dying
Must be a crit pip, probably.
empty of hope.
I don't think it was, actually. I think I just mixed up who he went with last time. It's fine. All right. Let's go, team. What do we got going on here? What can we do? What's the situation? All right, we're gonna try to blind here. We definitely want to avoid getting disease. Doing well, man. Always doing well. Thank you, though. Yeah, things are going well, dude. Going pretty damn well. Yes. Focus all your damage into the man with the Virtuoso proc. Brilliant. No. That's not the... He doesn't have the Virtuoso proc. That doesn't work. There's a good dodge or miss or one of the two. That make a difference. Which one? Retributin. Oh, were you Retributin? All right.
Early results are encouraging.
I hate how she can spam her horror attack. 13 crit. Ow, that hurt. Thankfully, I had the thing up. That was painful. Once you've at least friendly relationships, only the max health penalty, which is canceled by food or the bumper crop trophy if you get it. Yeah, bumper crop's a really good one to get for sure. All right, let's get rid of that horror. I do think the death blow resist can also be a really heavy negative thing. It makes some enemies like very difficult to deal with.
Scavenge what you can, and be off once more.
Yeah, the knight. Exactly. 90 DBR is scary. Scary as fuck, boys.
Centuries of human learning and achievement ruined by riotous contempt.
Drop these candles that we keep getting. Always good to check your inventory and make sure you're not stacking up things you don't want. Yikes. We should go for this one, because at least that way we're not hurting their relationship even more. Alright. Okay. This is not the worst shuffle in the world. We can manage this one. Knight's decision becomes the standing here. I realize we just hit him over and over again. Yeah. Lots of misses. You love to see it, chat. You love to see it.
Malaise, measured and steady.
The Tangle Might unironic could be a little overtuned. I think it's very good where it's at. I think, I definitely think that it still doesn't feel crazy difficult. It just feels pretty difficult. Lots of crits coming out of the Jester here. Love to see it. There are definitely a few enemies that are like very tough, but I don't think they're like anything that I can't, like that you couldn't handle.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
Yeah, but they're better with the guard than they are with the taunt. The guard is like much easier to work around, in my opinion. Hey, Minnie. Early lair boss there is to make up with the annoying soldiers. It's definitely the best boss to take early. The easiest boss to prepare for early, for sure.
Do not relent. In crisis, no gain is insignificant.
You hear that? No gain is insignificant. First if I can, yeah. He has really good rewards too, so that definitely makes up for it, or helps with it a lot. All right, I think the hospital is gonna be a best bet here. This way we can also consider taking an early lair. Librarian is a lair boss that I think we can handle with this team. We've done it before, we can do it again. Obviously, it's never a great thing to do, but we'll get a heal and a stress reduction from the hospital too. Yeah, as long as you have quite a few throwables, you're fine. All right, so let's go ahead and remove off guard. That's been a real difficult one for us. Soft is also one that we really want to get rid of. That additional 5% health is just causing problems. Pyromaniac is probably something we want to get rid of. Flawed release, yes, as well. That's a lot of money we just spent, but it definitely helps us out in the long run. We could get Cleansing Sensor, which could really help with our Highwayman, because he's already got pretty good debuff resist, so this would increase it to pretty solid number. It could also go on her and reduce her debuff resist pretty heavily. Could also take the medicine chest, but this only increases. Thing about it is it only increases the chance, or increases stacking, and then you need another item to really get the increased production. So it kind of has to synergize that way. Ablative powders could be good if we decide to take on the what's his face. Laudanum is also just a good option as well. Well, we can take the Cleansing Sensor, because I think this is overall just a good item to have. Can really just buff her up a lot. 68% chance to resist debuff is very nice. And then let's say we're going for the lair boss, and let's just get the ablative powders. We'll throw them on somebody over the. I think we have neutralizing powders. Can throw them on like Furry and Butte, who's gonna be eating a lot of the stress. Who's got the powders right now? She does. We can switch them to somebody faster. We'll probably get more use out of them.
Wait. Press on.
It really can't wait, Wayne. Sorry, but I make the rules here, not you. I mean, an early lair is always a risk, man, but it could be a very solid risk for us right now. We want to be set up for as much power early on as possible. Both lair boss trophies here are pretty good. Obviously, the catalog one is the the quintessential one, but even the scouting is really strong.
With it, the remains of philosophy, reason, and insight. Empowered, emboldened.
When you check your inventory, your collection could wait. Shut the fudge up, buddy. Alright. Get rid of him. And I don't really care about the Reaver that much. The
enemy weakens and wanes.
Oh, okay. Sure, that works.
Well done.
Great dodge, thank you. Might be able to get a kill here. Close to. Fortunately, didn't get it, but he's dead next round. They're both dead. Bye-bye!
One less obstacle in our path.
All right, we'll go for it as long as we're in good health. If we reset, you know. It's early on. Well, I guess we'd have to restart denial, right? That's the big thing. It's not just resetting the it's not just resetting this act, right? So it's not just we reset if we have to. Pretty good to just remove the shaman. He just causes a lot of problems if left to his own devices for too long. Same with the Immolatist, but it's not as big a deal in my opinion. Let's not use that quite yet.
Malaise, measured and steady.
All right, we'll get Retribution going. The unfortunate thing is this dude up front. He's just gonna spam his AoE if we let him. Yeah, that's gonna heal him up. Yeah. Funeral Pyre, very annoying. Yep, there it is. Only one person burned though, so that's good. We'll wanna focus him down if we can. God damn it. Igniting is such an annoying mechanic sometimes. I feel like only 2 enemies should be able to be ignited per, like, in a... I guess it's only 2, but still. I'm just complaining because I don't want to deal with it. Some very little damage here. What keeps weakening him? Something keeps applying weakness. I don't know what it is. Probably shouldn't go for the Librarian at this point. We're definitely feeling a little rough. But I might anyway, because fuck it. goody.
A miscalculation, perhaps.
Randomly happen after round 1. No telegraphing, it just happens. Yeah, it just exists. It just is. And the blind, all the fun here. Man at Arms is going next. Let's just go ahead and heal him of the damage over time.
At last.
So he's less likely to, well, doesn't matter anyway. He gets it right back, but I guess that's better than him taking twice as much of the damage. Thankfully, we had the days there.
We can rely only upon each other. A petty hindrance.
That fight took a lot out of us. Harrying Patriarch is very good. Smoldering Hymnal is very good. Unabridged Edition isn't amazing, but it's good. Ah, screw it. In for a penny, out for a pound.
The conflagration must be stopped. The Librarian must be destroyed.
Who's gonna stress? Probably the Plague Doctor. She likes to get stressed by it. I don't know why. Alright. Attribution. Force Page Burner into him, Smokestack, and all that fun stuff. She was a medical student. Yeah. She also, like, you know, did her own thing. Favorite Toy is doing some good work here. Oh, we should be using ablative powders. I should have thought about using those. Alas, I did not. So, that's what it is. Yeah, categorize is a little rough here. That's unfortunate, the double resist. He always starts a smokestack. I wish it sometimes went in a different order. But it is what it is.
And apply it judiciously.
Okay. Thankfully, Favorite Toy is giving us some really good, work here. Defender isn't going to do much for us. We can bellow. It's whatever.
Perhaps.
Fortunate crit. Ooh, this is not feeling great. And of course, land smokestack. Good resist though. He's got the double dodge though, which is very unfortunate for us. Good hit though. Through the dodge. Love to see that. And we hit that. That's great. More retribution here to pull in as much damage as we can. We definitely need to be hitting him down now. stuff. Down to 14 health. 9 health. Yeah, kind of knew that was gonna happen. Jester. Jester with a blight. There we go. All right. Woo!
A fortune in memories long forgotten.
Easy. Easy. Librarian has been our go-to boss on these runs. We seem to have, I think we've always taken on the Librarian for our lair boss. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but it is what it is. For now, pairing Patriarch can go here, but it's probably going to end up better on upgraded Razor's Wit than anything, but, you know, is what it is. So this is going to be better there, most likely. He's going to go more often, especially with the speed token. Get this here. Get the combat item going here. We got some whiskey out of that. We got unlimited scouting out of that. Cool, where are we off to now? Loathing and then a fight. So hopefully we heal up a little bit on the road here. The cultist fight can definitely be scary for us right now. So any road heals that we can get are going to be much appreciated. We got one. We got one road heal, so we'll take it. We ball. Indeed, we do. No combat modifier. Is that normal for these? Do I just not notice it? The Oblivion's Ramparts never have combat modifiers, and I'm just being silly. It's entirely possible that's the case. Of course it landed that. I mean, statistically extremely improbable. But the game did it anyway, and they both got crit tokens out of the out of that. So that's great. Have you ever had 5 or so ambush modifiers to the leper in the team? I have had quite a few when the leper's on the team, and it definitely stings. That's DD for you, yep. Through a okay, come on. Through a dodge plus, like really? Really, video game? Really?
In company.
To resist, thank you.
Messy, but effective.
Oh, we got the extraction. Very nice.
A simple variable. Easily resolved.
All right. Now we can focus on getting at least a few heals in if we can. And we're just going to go ahead and focus on pulling this guy forward. Well, actually, no, we want to kill the altar first, don't we? Yeah, should probably go ahead and kill the altar first, huh?
The enemy weakens and wanes.
Slow him down. That strength token generation is going to be super useful in the final fight. It's going to help us really guarantee that 9 damage on the back row once we get Sharp Shot upgraded. Is that a guaranteed? I can't remember. Is it 66% chance? No, it's guaranteed. Okay, great. Good crit. No. Bye-bye.
Straightforward and effective.
Oh, perfect. Oh, brilliant. Yes, Misstep is amazing. We're putting that on our Plague Doctor. Because, again, we don't care about her physical damage. We care about her health. Her damage comes from her ability to deal Blight. That's amazing. That is a very solid trinket to get out of that. And we got a Dark Impulse, and a good one at that, which is really good. Again, we don't care about damage, like raw damage. Now she has like some of the best health out of any of our heroes, and we don't have to worry as much about her just being like one hit. So that is a really, really solid find for us early on. And Burger is still around. I appreciate it. I think you were the one who gave me the advice last time of using it on her, and it was a really good idea. Again, I usually put that on my tank, but I didn't really think, but like, it's better to put it on her. Because I still want my tank to be dealing damage. Like, I don't want him to not do the damage. So right now, our biggest thing is going to be getting the damage on the front lung. Hey, Annie, how's it going? How's the Stygian runs? Just started Stygian Flame myself. It looks hard. It's rough. It's very rough. They're going okay, except for that. What the fuck? We just got all that shit. I just got rid of this. We literally... I hate that happens so often. We literally just got rid of Flawed Release on the same fucking hero. Like, how dumb, dude. Ugh. Only one, yeah. No, we're doing all right. We got up to Act 3 on our last attempt and died to the Exemplar. So now we're back on Act 2 of this attempt. It happens so often, and I know so many people. I mean, obviously, it's like there's a bias of being like, yeah, when you see it, it happens. So I don't know. It just feels like it happens too often. Probably doesn't happen that often, but. So I'm gonna upgrade Razor's Wit, and probably gonna upgrade Plague Grenade. IS would also be a good find, but I'm gonna take off Parrying Patriarch here, and we're gonna give it to the to this guy. This Sacred Scribbles is doing like nothing for us, honestly, but we'll keep it around until we find something better, which hopefully we'll find something here. Stealth, eh. I would rather probably get something else. Thing is, we don't need any of the scouting gear. But we do have the Shrieker chick, right? So this is actually really good for us. We actually want as much scouting gear as we can get. So we should probably take the cheapest scouting options. Because it doesn't actually matter, the scouting options we get. But if we can afford 2 of these. Double the trinket selection actually does matter. We'll take those 2 and we'll throw them on our Wainwright. So now we get the additional 4% crit chance from that. Red flag and had to fight Exemplar and Death back to back. Yeah, that sounds about right. Where are we gonna go? We do have a Fetter one, which is gonna be really helpful for us. The additional enemy battle advantage chance is actually like it doesn't do anything for them because they're already getting it. So we do get additional crit. Yeah, I say we go for the Fetter, and we'll throw on the Almanac here. Get the additional damage. We're feeling pretty good there. So let's take a look at our relationships, which are pretty low right now. I'm gonna go for it. Okay, Pog playing card. Thank you. Try it again. Damn. Overall, a very big net positive. I will take it. Let's go ahead and eat the pig. Even just 1 or 2 scouting gear is great. And yeah, any extra crit is really nice. It's like, it's as good as a trinket, you know? All right, so this is where our relationships are going to need some work. These two are fine. This one is close. These two are... Bate and Furry are going to be the one that need the most work. So let's try. We're going to try to make this work. Ow. Okay, we're getting a negative relationship then. There's almost nothing we can do at that point. We might be able to buy something that'll help us, but we should focus on getting Bate and Burger out of the madhouse here then. God, it's so annoying when you're like 1 away. It's a very irritating situation to be in. We need to get 2 more food. That's gonna be a priority over relationships. So positive. We have a pretty high chance we're gonna get a few negative. I'd really like to get this one out of the gutter, which we can do. We do have weed as well. Weed is helpful. I maybe could have done Songbook, and probably that would have really helped, but alas, it is what it is. I'm gonna risk another whiskey bottle, honestly. So Burger and Bate. That's 1 more positive that we don't need to worry about anymore. Don't need to worry about. Good. So the question is, do I try to get this one up into positive, or like this one's gonna stay negative no matter what? I should probably try, even if it goes sour, this one will only stay in that area. So I think Rita and Furry are gonna go for this, and I think they got them out of it. Great. So now we only have a chance for 1 negative relationship, which is pretty good with Stygian. The fact that we're on Stygian, we got 1, and it's less than a coin flip is pretty good in my opinion. We do have another whiskey flask. We'll probably just save it, honestly. We could try for it and see if it rolls a double. Furry and Bate. You never know. Nah. Oh well. They could have rolled a double and could have gotten us out of that, but it is what it is. Overall, though, I think that's pretty good in. And let's go for it. Everybody's fed. We don't need to worry about that. We may even try for the baby, depending on how we feel. Because Bumper Crop would be a really good trinket to get. Okay. I think it's this one that's negative. No?
Tried and tested.
It's this one. This is a negative one. Yeah. Ooh, hateful. That's rough. What did it pick? Finale and Bolster? Oh, come on.
Aspiration unites the hopeful.
Trinket? We didn't have any money for trinkets. We had 4 baubles left. That took off Standfast.
Crop throws unchecked and abhorrent.
And kind of need Inspiring Tune. All right, so we got guaranteed scouting out of that. So I don't need to go for the watchtower. We should definitely head towards the lair. Man, I feel like we got no healing out of that inn. That's kind of crazy.
There's danger on this path.
Oh, sorry. I meant trophy. Same thing. Same thing. Take advantage of our 100% road heal while we get the chance. Getting everybody feeling a little better. All right, 30 torch. Do we really need it? Not really. -5 for double food item we'll take. Yeah, it's a trinket, but for your coach. Double bread, we'll take that. That's a good find for 5 torchlight. I'll take it. We're gonna head towards the lair because why not? We actually have a decent team for the lair. Our debuff resist is like not terrible. mean, it's not amazing, but we do have a chance to resist it. We also do have a chance for, like, we can use neutralizing powders and anti-venom to at least get some effect of healing. We have 1 holy water. We're gonna go for it. Let's go for it. You never know. We'll see how we feel when we get to the final fight, right? Either way, we can at least take the first 2 fights and get some good loot out of it.
Hear the child's cries.
Can we kill with this? 8 to 15. No, we cannot. Unless we crit. What's our crit chance? 9%. Oh. The maid is going first. It's going to go ahead and blind the goat if we can. And then we'll get retribution going on our... Let's also get a glimmer going. Get our torchlight up as much as we can. It'll help us out in these fights. Thank you. Good crit too. Put them out of position. Very nice. Yeah. It's not a bad amount of damage. We'll take it. That should give us a dodge plus. Very nice.
Is a lesson learned.
Shouldn't resist that. Come on, 70% chance. You know, if you were an enemy, that they would have resisted that.
A slow dissection.
With a 70% chance, they would have definitely resisted it. Get the slowdown. All right, you get the kill, bud. Go for it. Boom! She dead. Remember, we do not get heals in between lair fights here, so gotta be cautious with these fights. I mean, double lair on a Stygian rut, that's extremely unfortunate. Hopefully we actually get pulled around a little bit here. Okay. Of course, it went invasive species and not battering ram, like of all the options. We're probably not taking on the baby now. This has already put us in a really big disadvantage. So unless we can get through this fight miraculously, like, okay, don't think we're going to. This goat's going first. We can probably grape shot these two. Get some damage there. Oh, the day. Fuck. I didn't see the days on Jester. I was going to plan on getting the Jester to... And the days on it. Yeah, we're not. I misplayed with that days. I should have paid better attention. And now we've completely lost any action value out of our Plague Doctor on this fight. Oh, come on. Pull him forward. There we go. All right. Okay, maybe we're not feeling so bad. I mean, our health is not great, but it's not terrible either. If we can land a heal at the end of this fight, we may be better off than I thought. We can probably kill here, right? Yeah, in fact, I think we can kill a grape shot, which will give us a double crit, which can just help it peeling off stress. Ooh, I got an achievement for that. Very nice. Who's going first? The maid. Let's just go try to blind her. And we'll see about dazing him. Also puts her in a bad position. All right, let's see about getting a heal off here. I mean, like, we could be in worse condition for this fight.
A simple variable, easily resolved.
We do get bumper crop, which is very helpful for Stygian. Curing Cup is okay. Greater Hail Drought is also okay. It's not great. I don't know, man. Is this worth it? I don't think it is, honestly. We're gonna collect all the almanacs at this route. At this rate, we do that. I don't think it's that great for us. I think we just take the loot that we get and we get out of here. I think we're risking death for not that much. Like, we already have the health that we need. Curing Cup is only giving us, like, if it was early experiment, I might go for it, but... And even then, we actually have, like, a really good trinket on our Plague Doctor as is. So it's really not that big a deal. But, yeah, we got some juicy loot out of that, so I'll take it. I hate that that still doesn't, like, reduce loathing. We're gonna have to go to the left here. Like, you get through 2 fights, and it's like, no, you don't get to reduce loathing unless you defeat the lair. It's like, oh, come on. Can high roll you to death. Yeah, it's just not worth it. Not worth it. All right, we're gonna double flake grenade here.
Malaise, measured and steady.
And that'll get rid of our friend here in the back.
A slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
There we go.
Finish this quickly.
Should reduce 1. It should, right? I feel like it should. Great crit. Love to see it. All right, who can get healed? Let's heal our Jester up. Be a cakewalker, incredibly frustrating, yeah. It does depend heavily on, like, the RNG of the debuff landing. Obviously, if you go in there with, like, heavy debuff resist, makes a big difference, but... Yeah, we have decent debuff resist, like an okay chance to resist some of the hunger procs, but like you can just get unlucky and get like 4 hunger land in a single round, and you're like, well, like that's it. That's the game, right? I've now lost all of my action economy. Well, not all of it, but like a large amount of it. Why did I do Wicked Slice there? That was weird. That was a weird choice.
A calculated generosity. What a welcome one, nonetheless.
Another crit. Absolutely, like, kicking ass with the crits on the mana arms right now. Minor Heartseeker. It's better than that. We have no burn heroes, so the Sacred Scribbles are really doing nothing for us. They're just existing at this point. Might as well get the small additional crit chance, right? So 5 or 3%, yeah. I mean, it stacks up, man. I'll take 16% over 13%, you know? Ooh. Elite Dinner Cart and Lord. I'm not enjoying this combination. What's the bigger threat off the bat? Probably the... Either one sucks. The Lord is going to AoE us, though. Until there's a corpse on the field, I don't really think the Dinner Cart is that big of a threat.
Collaboration confers advantage.
We can try to blind it, though. At least mitigate as much damage as we can this first round. There we go. Oh, wow. He actually resisted that. That's impressive. Oh, my God. What? That was 3 checks in a row. That should get rid of him. Gonna eat that corpse. Yep.
Dissection. An unavoidable end.
Good miss. Didn't actually use its big attack there, which is interesting. Cower a bunch of meat. I think the idea is that it's a guy, and it probably was a cow at one point. I think the udder implies that. But I do also think it might just be like an amalgamation of just random bits and pieces that's all just sinew together into one creature, right? Okay, see, what was even the point? Why would we even fight the baby, right? No point. Curing Kappa can allow anybody to land Blight, so let's just go ahead and throw it on him, I guess. Better than the 3%, you know? So, you know, now his Grape Shot Blast can potentially land some crit Blights, which, you know, could be pretty good. I still think the misstep is better on the Plague Doctor. We just have removed one of the biggest issues of Stygian because of that, so. Ooh, wow. I'm impressed it resisted that. 10% chance.
A master stroke.
Chance we kill. There we go.
Let us hope to finish this quickly.
Lots of crits with this team. Love to see it. You love to see it, chat. Okay. Well, yeah, what was even the point of doing the baby fight if we're going to get every single one of the trinkets that it was going to give us just randomly, just like haphazardly? Like, all right. Yeah. Fine. Fine by me. I'll take it. Not a problem, honestly. No need for baby yet. And the crit debuff on that, honestly fine. Because we're already kind of negating it with the Shrieker chick. Now, I probably am going to equip Mag Rain. Bellow is good to have here. We could use Tracking Shot potentially. Just because it does remove dodge. If we get spiders, it could be useful. But I think we've got decent enough ways of dealing with it with what we have. Oh, there's a doggo in here now. And there's a Schlebby in here, too. Hi, love.
Hello.
How are you?
Easy.
Oh. Sneezy's not great. Oh, thanks. Okay. Good resist on the stun. I was hoping she'd resist the blight, but that's fine. And the torch back up. Retribution here. Landed on everybody. Very nice.
Weakens and wanes.
Da, da, da. Torch back up. Stand fast. Want all the damage going into him. Oh, all right. Hey, Steam 101, how's it going? What's a Grand Slam attempt? So Grand Slam is an achievement in Darkest Dungeon 2 where you have to defeat all of the Confession bosses with the same team and not have any of them die during it. So currently this is our second attempt at it. Last one we got, we had a slightly different team. We got up through Act 3 before we lost somebody to the Exemplar, unfortunately. And so that's what we're trying to do. And then Stygian is just the torch. So we're trying to do it on the hardest difficulty, which is the Stygian Flame. You're dead. You could be dead. There we go.
Hello. Hello.
Thank you. And thank you for the follow. I appreciate it.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Welcome to the Brat Pack. It's good to have you here. Right, the daze is good because, well, it's already a big guy, so it's not gonna. It's not like it's gonna eat any more corpse. Well, it can. What am I saying? It can still eat the corpse and get a crit token out of it, and a nice fat heal. So do have to be cautious about that. Let's see if we can get the blind. The spider's dead, so the blind will be good for us. Let's go ahead and take aim for the dodge, as well as the crit. But the dodge is just nice, so if it does end up whacking us, we can hopefully dodge a little bit. Hopefully this misses. Yeah, it should. Pretty high chance that it would. We'll go ahead and get. We'll go for stand fast this time. Or retribution in the next round. Only Audrey got that big buff when eating corpses. I know. I mean, she does. At least can reduce stress, which is still nice, I guess. Surprised we actually landed a blight on this guy. They always seem to avoid it, even with, like, Alchemist. Oh! There's our first hateful proc. Very nice. You hate to see it. Oh.
A petty hindrance.
All right. So triple spiders this time. We'll work on peeling off as much dodge as we can. That was a lucky hit. This has a cooldown, right? It does. What would be the better way to deal with this? So let's go here. So we're trying to use our AoE like cleave abilities. We can also do that to remove that issue from next round. Just to peel off as much dodge as we can. Fortunately, our neutralizing powders have worn off, but that's fine. Now we can retribution. And we're just going to hit the back ranks. They're probably both going to dodge, but hey, they didn't. Didn't resist, though, but still. Less dodge is good dodge. Our tank is doing things that tanks should.
We can
Try to blind him. Good crit.
upon each other.
The crit chances have been in our favor so far. Love to see it. Honestly, I probably should have gone for the kill on the spider instead of just letting them do this, but oh well.
Agony by
The
accumulation.
debuff resist has been really helpful for her.
Excellent work.
Great miss, thank you. All right, let's get the heal here. All right, we can do. We'll just go for double tap. You can resist Trantism's move resist. You can, yes.
Another impediment cleared with impunity.
Good resist on the blight. Thank you. Just retribution here again. We can mag rain. Just to pull the corpses in. Random resist. Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Straightforward and effective.
Bye-bye. All right, pretty good creature den.
We are the flame.
Mastery point. We got a good amount of mastery points from this one. Discounted trinkets could be very good for us, depending on what we find, obviously. Very dependent on the end selection, but you know, that's 2 mastery points now for us, which is nice. And yeah, we've only just started. Well, not really, but we're about halfway through, I would say, of this region. So I can't tell if we get a choice here. But we're probably gonna go for the fight. Academic study is the faceless facsimile. This doesn't give us anything super great. Now we could go left. Actually, do we have the Hoarders? We do have the Hoarder signal decoder. What's our money looking like? It's not great, but it could still be worth it. Fights are good, but our loathing, I mean, this doesn't, we will increase our loathing going that way. We do get a cultist fight after that, and then we go into a hospital. So we'd increase our loathing by 1, we'd reduce it, increase it by 1. So we'd even out, and then we'd go to a hospital. True, I don't think we super need, but I mean, we could definitely get rid of flawed release again. The thing about the Hoarder is that we might get a good trinket out of it, but we already have some pretty good trinkets. I don't know. I think I might just leave it up to my team to decide. Oh, we can actually make it to the other assistance encounter. I didn't realize we could go that way. Is that worth it? That's a clear road. Assistance encounter. I mean, it's going to increase our loathing if we go that way. And we can still end up going to the hospital if we really wanted to. The cultist fight, though, could be very good for us. But we've already got the trinket that I really care about. Of course, we could get temptation, which could be like really, really, really good for us. Obviously, it's an amazing trinket. The Hoarder could give us something really strong. Let's go towards the Hoarder. Fuck it. We have enough baubles that I think it'll pay off relatively well.
The loathing festers. Voracious and decadent, the landowners and peasants alike descended into an orgy of consumption.
I can have a study, see what we get from this. Okay, torchlight for money, torchlight and just items, and torchlight and wheel. We don't need a wheel, so I guess we'll go with this. Gets our friendship up, and up to 99 torch with 2 stimulating stimulants, stimulating whatevers, drugs.
Analysis is invaluable until it becomes an
Yeah, I think the Hoarder is the better call here. The study can give us a trinket. It can also give us a good quirk. We could get, like, I think you can get Cosmic Slayer or whatever from it, which is pretty powerful, but I think this overall will give us something that we need. I'm kind of hoping that we can get, like, Gnarly Knuckles or something. That should put us, like, pretty well within the range of our mana arms being able to deal the lungs damage.
Decide what is real, holding back fits of laughter. and
No, no gnarly knuckles. We have a good selection of items though, and trinkets for the stagecoach items for the stagecoach. Obviously, we can't afford any of the really nice ones. I mean, early experiment is obviously a really good one, but we actually don't really need it. Now we could take the sharpness charm, which I think might be good for our man at arms to again just kind of get us that like little bit of damage that we're looking for on him. We could also take Raven's Reach, but I think we're at the point where he's dealing enough damage with the strength token, especially, is really helping him out. We just need to make sure that he's like always going first. As the funny Breaking Bad drug, yeah. I think that sharpness charm might just be what Bate needs to kind of just give him that little edge of damage. To make him a bit more deadly. We don't really care about his speed so much. End of Home is always nice. Stirring Stuff is fine. All these other ones are okay, but this one is a guaranteed buff. It's not as good as Gnarly Knuckles for the 20% additional damage, but we'll take it. This should put, when Rampart's upgraded, it should be doing, it should have the chance of doing that 12. Which, you know, is not the most reliable, but it's still pretty good.
An elementary problem.
Now we can pick, do we want to fight or fight, and which kind of fight do we want? Both are going to reduce loathing. Both ways take us to the hospital. Let's take an occultist fight. We might get something good out of it. We get a guaranteed mastery out of it, I think, as well. And it's also good for relationships. Because it can, everybody who wants to interact with it will agree, always. They will always want to take the fight. You can't say no to a cultist fight, so... Go ahead and encore our Plague Doctor for the double hit on the back row. This is good order for us. Puts them out of order. Retribution here. And then we'll go ahead and smack again. Good crit. So he's now dead. Dead. Pretty good.
Measured and steady.
Nice, quick and easy fight. Always good to try and just figure out how you can kill as many of them as quickly as possible.
Greater threats await those who dare.
Alright, off to a cultist fight. So cultists, we're going to be susceptible to bleed. Doesn't really look like we have anything anyway to deal with this particularly well. So what I'm going to do is at least split these. So we have the option to use them on any turn. You never know when it can come in handy.
The beautiful illusion that was the world. Fragmented.
Martyr.
Undone.
Carry on should I fall. So this will give him vulnerable. Interesting. I mean, I don't really need to take that, since all the rest of them will increase the relationships anyway. Interesting. I've never seen that combination before. I love that they're adding more and more quirk-like interactions. I hope they keep doing that. Alright, so this is a pretty standard set of enemies that we're dealing with here. For this fight, I usually like to take out the Evangelist first and then take out the altar. I just find that it's like the most effective way of dealing with these guys. Let's just go for the line. Great first miss. That's like the cherub really isn't a threat, and worship is also not a threat, so really it's just about getting rid of the damage, and then we can handle these guys as we see fit. Stimulant, some retribution. Get the best value out of our attack here. That crit generation is absolutely fucking broken sometimes. Wow. That's unfortunate. That's a waste of a crit token. Oh well. Wow, 4 stress from that hit. That's great. Didn't get the daze there either. And flesh weaving, so. Let's get the kill here.
Steady yourself.
All right, not a great start here. Spilled some coffee. Got stuck on my beard. Yeah, ow. We're feeling it now. You feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Yeah, we're feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. All right, running up the dodge. We need to heal him up. Oh, there's a dog under my chair. Hi, dog. The thing is that Retribution and Defender don't work super well in these fights because of the, why is it doing like this? Okay, it just like wasn't showing the health. I was like, what the fuck? All right, go ahead and get a big fat heal.
Early in these times. Savor it.
And then we're just gonna go ahead and stress heal here. All right. Now, let's see if we could at least push this guy out of position, which is helpful. We got the dodge out of this. And boom. Fortunately, they will get healed off of Death's Door because of the... Well, actually, we'll be able to hopefully kill him with Noxious Blast here. There we go. All right. Now we've removed the major threats, so we can focus on the little guys. The blind doesn't do anything for the altar, so... Thank you. Altar is dead. And now we just have the cherub, which is, you know, we can try to stall as much as possible. Yeah, let's not take him, let him take a 5 hit. We can't heal him, but we can also stop him from taking 5 damage. Well, okay, maybe not. Well, we stopped him from taking 9 damage. Not the best fight in the world, that's for sure.
In this weighty gloom, a spark.
Idle Thought isn't great. So the way Idle Thought works, it gives you a plus 100% damage, and then at the end of every round, you reduce your damage dealt by 30%. So after, basically by the 3rd round, you are now starting to go into like doing less damage, right? It's really good for if you're like rushing enemies down, but otherwise it's pretty crap. It does have its uses, but it's really bad against the boss fight. And I think we're just gonna drop it. We'll keep the Dark Impulse because you never know what we might run into. I really wish they could get rid of these exclamation points. Overall, though, I don't think that was really worth it. We did get a mastery... Well, we didn't get a mastery point out of that. I thought we would. Well, that's fun. Do get a hospital, though. And we have enough money to get rid of some things, so that's good. I should check our... Have we rolled off of... No, but we're close to rolling off Hard Skinned. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to afford to lock it in. It's really good to lock in if we can, though. But I don't think we can afford both. Removing Blood Release. Well, we can. Alright, I'm gonna lock it in.
Strength comes in many forms.
Hardskin isn't the best thing to lock in, but it does make him very durable. It can be very, very good for us, so... Especially if we're going to be using him as our tank throughout the remainder of these runs. Starting him off with that is very good. Now, if we end up rolling Breacher on him or something, we'd be upset, but... It's a pretty low chance of that happening overall. Alright, again, make sure we don't have any combat items that we need or want. Nope. And let's hope that this Deacon fight should be a Deacon fight. Yeah. Let's hope this goes okay. We're going to start off with a blind if we can. This gives us a good starting point. Go ahead and take aim. So our priority is obviously to remove the warship before it can stack up and cause the Deacon to be able to do anything too crazy. So you get 2 rounds to do that, essentially. If you can. Very good that we hit through the dodge there. That's great. I'm going to go ahead and we'll Retribution here because we already have the block token, so hopefully the Deacon doesn't hit. Great miss, thank you. They get a crit token, though, which makes them particularly scary. But we should be able to at least kill the altar now, so you don't have to worry about that threat. No more crit tokens, thankfully. It's going to Encore here. Already up to 10, so dead. Yeah, it's unfortunate that he was able to crit that ability. We do have Bolster, which we can kind of use to our advantage here. Honestly, we don't really have to worry about that vulnerable too much because it's just not doing much for... it's not going to do much against the Deacon. He can really... I mean, he can AoE, but that's on a cooldown now, so... So the stress reduction was probably worth it more than anything.
The mind's grasp grows tenuous.
And we can do some stress reduction here. So we're able to kill the ads before they were able to worship, so now the Deacon is much less of a threat. He's just gonna sunder his steel as much as he can, which is a very annoying attack, but yeah, nothing that we can't handle. And again, we can probably just reduce stress here.
Small reprieve from this carousel of horrors.
Damn. And he lives, but we're getting crits and reducing stress. And he keeps living. There we go. Oh, we got our stress down pretty well there at the end. We got a bunch of crits that actually stuck. So, Mastery Point Flame, and we get Sickening Silence. All right. So Sickening Silence can work very well for us. If we can get it on our tank and get a disease, it can work very, very well against a myriad of bosses. But applying a 6 Blight is pretty freaking good. Now, is it better than us being able to deal that little bit of extra damage? I don't know. The question is also, what disease do we want to get from it, if anything? So, I will be curious to see what we can manage with it, if anything. It's a good trinket. It just needs a little... You need to get the setup for it. Now, if we get a slime mold, we might be able to proc something in the inn with it and maybe get that to stick. And
we would come here in summers of years gone to write, think.
Okay, thankfully Furry's the one who gained Coward. Fisher Folk Fearing. Okay, we do get Nomad's Wagon. Just gonna give us a lot of provision items.
Relics remind us of a time before the end.
Okay. We have wild tea as well. Dartboard, 4 whiskey flasks. We'd have like no money though. We have like 0 money. How did we end up with so few relics there? Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, we can barely afford anything here. What's our route? We have a sluice. We can get some relics from the sluice. Hey, Zeus, thank you very much for the hydrate. This could be good for us to get some relics, though. Is it worth it? I don't know. But we always take the sluice. This does increase our chance of getting a disease. So I'm kind of tempted to try going for this. It may not be the best idea, but it's definitely an idea. We'll keep the trinket for now. Let's check our relationships. So we have some that are we have some really high relationships. We only have one that we have to work on, which is Furry and Bate. So let's see what we can manage here. We're about to get them fucking hosed. All right, now if we get lucky with this whiskey bottle, we should be able to get them out of there. There we go. And we got, what do we get out of that? Sunny disposition. There we go. Even more positive relationship chances. So now everybody is pretty much likely to get a relationship. So I don't really want to worry about those anymore. I'm going to feed everybody up. I'm going to buy another thing of bread here. Get everybody fed up there. And what are we going to upgrade? Let's take off. Let's re-switch our abilities because we're not doing bolster. I mean, we could do bolster, but I don't think it's the best option. I think defender gives us more. And then finale, we're definitely not using. We can get echoing march back on. And let's upgrade some abilities. So I think grape shot blast is going to be good. Pistol shot, we definitely need upgraded. Retribution could be good. Could also get some value out of stand fast, which gives them the block plus tokens, which are really nice. Could also get the 7 damage that we'll get from Noxious Blast, which is very strong. Let's upgrade Retribution. We'll get those block tokens, which are really strong for us. We really don't need this anymore.
As vital to survival as sharpened steel.
Is there a better thing that we want? Chance to produce poultice items. It's a little late for that, but I don't know, maybe. Also, trinkets are now cost 1, which is crazy strong. Bleed duration dealt. None of these are great though, which is unfortunate. I mean, we could get some really good items out of that. Our inventory really hasn't been an issue. If we're gonna do anything, we'll go for this. Get that upgraded, and let's go. Let's go fight some pigs. We're just gonna hope that we can snag a oh, they're in love. Snag a disease on our hold the line we're not using and tracking shot we're not using. Good job. I'm glad the game is really doing that thing where it's like more likely to pick abilities that you're using lots. As we both know, I'm using all of those abilities a lot. Lots and lots.
Tread carefully and quickly.
This is swine country. Did you know that it was swine country? Because I did. Fucking love that line. I'm gonna get that line tattooed on my ass. No, I'm not. I do want to get a Darkest Dungeon tattoo, though. I want to get a whole video game sleeve. I just don't know. I have been saying it for ages. I need to see an artist and have them help me plan it out. Because they would know best. I'm gonna take advantage of the damage token. Let's get right into it. So we're gonna encore our man-at-arms as early as possible. Just so we want like foul shank going into him like ASAP, or the oozes from him, like anything that can deal disease, like we want. So this is our best opportunity to get that to happen. We can bellow here. Good resists. The addition of the worms here is so good. Like, it doesn't feel like it would be that good, but it really does add like some variety to these fights that they desperately needed. Come on. No, pulverize won't deal disease, unfortunately. Just make him weak.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
Come on, something. Damn it. I was hoping he would munch. He did not munch. Come on! Of course, when you want a disease, it's like you're never gonna get it, right? The game is just not nice enough to do that for you. We do need to upgrade indiscriminate science. It's actually something I need to keep in mind.
A little help impeccably timed.
Wicked Slice will do... Yeah, way more. So this says 5% or goes down to 5. This goes to 15, yeah. So Wicked Slice is really good for ending enemies. We're gonna get a disease. We're gonna make it happen.
Greater threats await those who...
It'd be really unfortunate to get through the whole Sluice and not have a proc on a Man at Arms at least once. The issue is us getting something really nasty, like Brittle Bones or Bloody Flux or whatever other, dysentery or something that's going to cause us more pain than pleasure, but still, that's 6 blight every time somebody hits him. It's no joke, man. That shit stacks up, especially when he's tanking and like everybody is just throwing damage into him or on cleaves or whatever the case is. There's so many opportunities to just like completely remove enemies from the game. This is a pretty good disease carrying team. We're just gonna get the taunt up as early as possible. And we can bellow just to lower some speed.
Strategy. Press on.
There it is. Typhoid. What do we get? That's fine. It'll slowly lower his health, but it's nothing crazy. Good crit. It's only a combat start, so... Alright, now we can just start killing things. Killing things is the name of the game, and now we want him tanking, so that way everything hits him and puts damage into him and then slowly dies. We're gonna mag rain here because we want to get rid of the corpse before the worms eat it. Now, honestly though, the worms are pretty immune to this. Yeah, they got really high blight resist, so they're just gonna not care about it so much, but other enemies will, and that's what matters. Yeah, it's crazy that that's even going through Alchemist, honestly. Good miss. Surprised he didn't go for the corpse. That's fine by me, though. We'll get on Death's Door, so that way it procs. Still can't hit the stealth guy. Come on, go for the Jester. Oh, that's great. You love to see it. What a waste of a turn, buddy. Maybe next time you'll get him.
This wound, at least, has been tended to. In this weighty gloom, a
Spark.
The loathing whispers.
All right. Well, we got a disease. That's fine by me. His disease resist now goes back up to 30 base. It doesn't keep that 100% debuff on the disease. So. Oh.
To arms.
One sec.
Oh, it brings no satisfaction.
Delivering somebody else. I'm waiting for my phone to get delivered, so I've missed it 2 days in a row now. Fly. Shoe fly, go away. We'll go for this one. They have a higher relationship, the Jester, so not as big a deal. Hey, Darshers, how's it going, bud? Welcome on in. Good to see ya. I'll just go for the double hit. We'll encore the man arms so we can get the retribution up early. Just so as much damage as possible goes into him and not somebody else. And they resisted the blights. That's annoying. How dare they? All right, we'll go ahead and stand fast now. Oh, man. I haven't seen an Amorous act out in quite a while. Interesting. All right. Mag rain here.
A slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
You just take aim for the crit tokens. Oh, now I've got leprosy. Leprosy is actually better, honestly. Now we won't be reducing health. Does he still have the health reduction? Nope. Okay. There's a lot happening right now. Let's go ahead and heal up our man-arms. I think he's only landed one blight. These guys have pretty high blight resist, though. So.
Annie, stop.
There's just a lot of people outside. That's why she's borking. Looks like somebody's getting like a washing machine or something delivered. I can't hit any of these guys, so we'll just hit the corpses. Why not? This is when stealth gets really freaking annoying. The heal here. Yeah.
Collaboration confers advantage.
There we go. All in all, pretty good. Yeah, I'll definitely take the leprosy over the
Burning brightly for all the
over
world
the
to see.
typhoid, whatever it was. Just, I mean, already he's slow. Like, that's just the speed thing, and it is going to give him blind now and again, which is bad. But we can deal with the blind. Whoa! General Naverno, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome on in.
The loathing festers.
Welcome, welcome. Good to have you here. Thanks for the follows, everybody. I appreciate it. Hey, Academics Cash. Swine's Cash. You love to see it. Same thing. Chance to produce restorative items. It's good. Karajan's kit is good, but it's a little too late, honestly. We'll just take the other items and call it a day. Champion through. What does loathing do? So loathing, as it increases, will increase the rate at which your flame or torch drains, and it also increases the chance for enemies to have a battle advantage. Those are things like shuffle, elite, sturdy, etc. Things like that. The battle advantage doesn't really matter to us. Sorry, I just had to kill a fly. I got it too. Battle advantage doesn't really matter to us right now because we're running the Stygian Flame, which is gonna give them a 100% chance to get a battle advantage anyway. But the flame drain is annoying because the lower the flame, the more negative effects you get. And then when loathing hits max, it will buff the final boss of that region, as well as give you a big negative effect. It differs depending on the act that you're on. Each act boss has a different one, so it can give everybody a negative quirk. It can reduce your relationships. It can just stress your team out, and it will always give additional health to the final boss every time you max out your loathing. So it can definitely be a very nasty thing to get. Now, anti-venom is going to be good for us here. We can stack this stimulants. There we go. We got a creature den here, which could be really good for us. Where your flame is at 0, you gain more loot. No, low torch. It can activate some trinkets, but you don't get any additional loot for low torch, as you would in DD1. Low torch is more just a challenge modifier than it is a like a benefit. All right, these both think the same thing. Who's got the higher relationship with the Jester? Rita does. So let's go ahead and pick this one. All right, double small worm biter. Not terrible. We'll go ahead and take aim here. And then we'll probably just encore the man-at-arms immediately because we definitely want him tanking, like I said, as much damage as possible. We can also just go ahead and do this. This will peel off some tokens, potentially give us some bleed, which is good. And we'll retribution for that sweet, sweet riposte. We love riposte. Oh, Tarantism. That's an even better disease to get. Honestly, we can easily deal with Tarantism. Especially with a 63% move resist. Love to see it. That's fine. We've gone through 3 diseases. Hopefully this is the last one we stick with to get the buff from the disease. So, I mean, oozes is also a good one to get if we can get oozes. So, we'll see what we can land on.
Brilliant conclusion.
Great crit there. Thank you very much. All right. Now let's not waste a crit token. Just go ahead and kill something. We like killing things. It's always a good option. Is Mag Rain on cooldown? I do not know. We'll find out, though. Retribution again. Also a great disease. Yeah. Love the Black Plague for us. Super, super nice. There are definitely worse diseases to have in this game. Removing the corpses so they don't eat the corpses. Blind. Yay, relationships. Fix them. I generally don't recommend spreading the damage, but here it's okay. We'll get the crit heal there, and we get the double kill. Next round. Okay, triple spider. Not great. Alright, we're gonna take aim again. Much more relevant DD2. Oh yeah, I mean corpses actually have like, besides just being something that hinders your ability to hit targets, they actually have like interactions, right? Which is a really interesting mechanic for sure. Just remove enemies where we can. Generally the better rule of thumb. Oh, echoing march here. Nasty crit. Could have dodged that, but you didn't, did you? Wow, it resisted the move resist. What's this move resist? It resisted the move, not the move resist. Its move resist did its job. Alright, let's go ahead and remove the corpse so the worm doesn't do anything with it. Unfortunate blind there. Yeah, just go for the grape shot. It's gonna be a double miss. That was very unfortunate. Alright, we'll go for the blind here.
Malaise.
It actually landed. You actually landed the blight. It's impressive. Damn, didn't get the stun on him. Or the daze, I should say.
Bafflement and vexation.
It got this stun on me, though. Amorous! Don't really care for Amorous to be doing that, but okay. Heal. Heal. Would love to upgrade Indiscriminate Science. We could get really good value out of it there, but unfortunately we did not.
An invariable result.
Not dead yet, and it is getting a turn, so let's just go ahead and kill it. Fortunately, this is probably going to eat a corpse, which, I mean, is whatever, honestly. Gives us another turn to kind of stall on. And obviously, we don't like it having a crit token, but we can negate that a fair bit. Good miss.
A slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
There we go. Creature dead and done. We're looking all right. Could be worse, could be better.
The unpleasant in the extreme.
Okay, we got lower
This
trinket
work
cost
is
again,
noble
which can be good for us.
and necessary.
Thing is, we're not getting any baubles from this area, so that's the biggest issue with the Sluice is zero baubles. Well, not zero, but you can only get them from road fights, and you're only gonna get like a little bit. So it makes repairing your stagecoach after very difficult. That is something to keep in mind. Is you're probably like, you know, right now we can afford 2 repairs on the stagecoach, assuming we don't need to buy anything else. So even though trinkets are going to cost way less, you know, we have very few baubles to really make actual use of that. Do this. And do this. More retribution. I could do bellow to peel off the dodge, but this will just tank in the damage, which is nice. My concern is that we're gonna get another disease here, and we're gonna switch off of like one that we actually enjoy. So we do have to be kind of cautious here. Hopefully somebody does skitter. Nope. It's rare for them not to do double skitter in this position, so that's unfortunate, but it's what it is. Just save mag rain in case we need it. Days there. This will just retribution. And I'm cautious about getting too much chance for disease, but kind of have to risk it. Torchlight is very low as well. Okay, we'll go ahead and hit the corpses. And both resisted the burn. What's their burn resist? 30%? That's unlikely, but okay. Unlikely, but it happened. We can't deny that reality.
Another impediment, cleared with impunity. Cut down these nightmares and blaze the trail to your redemption.
Yeah, my redemption. What up to? 66 relics, so we're doing okay on cash. Oh. Bad digestion doing that is so annoying. We did get a whiskey barrel out of this, which we don't really need, but I guess it's nice. Let's see what we get here.
Full of the forbidden and the forgotten.
We'll take the quirk over the item, because the item's just kind of crap. On guard and squeamish. Yeah, on guard's very good. Squeamish will block poultices, so that can definitely be a problem. But on guard is good. Dodge on a squishy character. I say her squishy character. She's pretty tanky right now, but that should be it. All right, not bad. Could be worse. We only took one armor hit there, so we will be able to afford to fully repair. For counter, Cosmic Hater is very good. Oh, we got all good stuff here. Oh, it's needing well. That's right. Heavy-handed, mastery point, very good. So we have heavy-handed here, so our abilities might knock back, which is always good. Could really rough on Act 4. Definitely can, because you can cause some problems. Cadaver Hater. Cosmic Hater is good. This could be very helpful for us peeling off that little bit of extra damage we may need against the final boss. So we'll take it. But yeah, like this will... Oh, actually, I thought Squeamish should block this. It'll block some things. I can't remember. Hey, Colbert, how's it going? Welcome, welcome.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
All right, get that repaired.
Indeed, it ever did.
And the routes we're going to go... More field hospitals, more assistance encounters. Max Flame being lowered is definitely a problem. I think we're going to go for the Sprawl. I know we've already done a Sprawl, but...
Another inferno of
we can drop those. We can drop that. Sharpness Charm. Take a look at our relationships. I'm scared to try this whiskey barrel because everybody is positive. It has a chance to lower by 2, and that could crit. Though it wouldn't take... I don't think it would take anybody out of positive relationships. It would only potentially increase our chance of getting 100% chance relationships or very high percent chance relationships. But it might just be best to hold on to it for now and save it for like the mountain if we need that last like little bit of like, oh shit, we gotta get everybody out of gotta get some people out of a danger zone. So I think we're gonna hold on to it for now. I don't have to worry about Exemplar. There's no Exemplar in this this bit, so we're gonna save probably all of these. Clarifying Poultice we might use. It's not like anybody's really going to stun us, honestly. So we'll probably save that as well. Get one more piece of bread. Voila. Let's take a look at what we've got here. There's really nothing great. But we have some money, so we can spend some cash money. We could get like a bunch of stimulating poultices, which could be good for us. But I think we're just gonna could take some whiskey, which is also very good for us. We had more soothing poultice, I would take him. Very good against the final fight. There's really nothing here that I'm like super keen about, honestly. I think we'll just take some whiskey.
A bit of comfort on the road to
and then maybe
damnation.
look at going to the hospital and locking in we could lock in Cosmic Hater, or we could lock in On Guard. Like, On Guard is pretty good, especially because she's normally going to be fairly squishy. This could be great for future runs to give her that just like little bit of survivability that would definitely help us out. So I think we might go for that. We're gonna upgrade Indiscriminate Science. Kind of been avoiding it, honestly. Maybe also Noxious Blast. Yeah. All right. Let's go visit the Sprawl. Maybe we'll go put this Burning Poultice on somebody who could really use it. Good to her. It's useful against the final fight, but it's also useful now, so. Oh! Hey, Wikia, how's it going? Welcome on in. Hey, they're amorous again.
While the heart still beats,
There we go.
fire will
That's a
never
better one. Good, good. Excellent.
tried and tested. A bond to be counted on.
Very good. All good ones for us. Fantastic. We're on pace for this to be a pretty good run. I mean, we could take a Librarian again, and it will guarantee that we get the other trinket.
The great cities of man.
Wow, lots of hospitals.
And a
Wow.
flame.
I think we have a few hospitals. We should just take the early hospital and lock in. Yeah, we'll just... Well, the problem with this is that that's a double hospital, and honestly, that does nothing for us. I say we go for the fight and then go left. Like, double hospital does absolutely nothing, but just wastes a node. We have the money right now, so... God damn, what the fuck? When did that happen? How are you so stressed, bro? Like, chill out. Nobody cares that you're that stressed, but like, you know, you don't need to be. All right, normally I would encore here, but we got to take care of this stress. Hey, DBL, how's it going? Welcome on in. DBK, sorry. God damn, my dyslexia. DBL. God damn. All right.
A slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
I thought we were going to get a double dodge. Oh, well. Only 2 damages, whatever. The Retribution here. Very nice. Oh, he even gave some blight too. You get blight. You get blight. We got 3 heroes who can blight right now. Which is pretty funny. Let's just do this. We could rampart the corpse, but yeah, not a great idea. I mean, he was dead anyway, but you never know. All right. There's so much damage from the blight right now, especially in an area where we're actually able to land a blight.
For all the world to see.
All right. Cool. We'll take that. I mean, it could be very good on him as well, but this just, like, gives us a lot of value out of the speed on him. Now, we could also take Raven's Reach for that additional damage. We could do this and then, like, that. Because this will guarantee dodge and also a little bit of burn, which is fine. This will guarantee damage. Even if we're not getting the damage, I think this is actually the better option. The Pairing Patriarch is nice, but my favorite team to run just for fun is probably this team. I really love this team. It's a bit like standard, but it wins, and I like that. Though if we're just talking like fun teams, anytime I run Carcass Hellion, I'm always having a good time. Are you winning, BB? I am, Swag. How you doing, friend? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Carcass Hellion is a really fun time. I always enjoy running her. Yeah, I think this is the better option. Curing Cup is fun, but it's really not doing anything guaranteed, and guaranteed is always good. Doing good? How are you? I'm doing well. I'm doing really well. New job is good.
The loathing whispers.
You know, feeling good overall. Like, yeah, pretty good.
Is your coach
Anything Evolving Flag, I really haven't played with him that much because I've been trying to do this challenge since he came out. And I haven't run him in these teams, so I've kind of locked myself out of running him for a while, which is fine. So, but he's definitely very fun. He can have some crazy just interactions. We're not curing the Tarantism. We're keeping that. I think we're gonna we're gonna lock in On Guard. I think that's a really strong thing to lock in, and then we can get rid of something else. Coward really does nothing for us, besides potentially give him stress. Misses the mark. Yeah, misses the mark. We're getting rid of. I didn't even notice we'd gotten that. Whew, glad I noticed that and that we were able to get rid of it, because that could have been very bad for us. Protector, we can't afford anything else. Just go. We really don't need him getting blinded, man. It's just scary if we do. This route is a lot of loathing, and I really do not care to get that much loathing. If I can avoid it, let's go for the cash. That's 1 or 2. I mean, we reduce some of it by going that way, but also hell no. May have actually gotten more loathing going this way. I don't know. We're getting loathing at some point. Good resists all around. You'll love to see it. Yeah.
A promising development.
A lot of stress reduction there, just kind of funny. Ow! That was just a natural crit, too. That sucks. I have to heal his ass up.
Measure out your
All this blight.
and apply it.
So much blight. Oh, yeah, Rampart heals. We should definitely be taking advantage of that.
A resounding response.
This team right now is just doing kind of silly well. Which is always fun to see, but doesn't happen very often. Definitely getting those early trinkets makes a big difference.
Scavenge what you can, and be off once more.
All right, let's take what we can and run, chat. Oh boy, I'm hungry. I need lunch. Got some food around the house. Make something.
An impressive haul. Put it to good use.
Annotated textbook is doing nothing for us. It's always nice to find, but we'll leave it. T-service. T-service can actually be good. It's not too little too late for T-service to actually get some value on our team. Consider the fact we can put it on at the inn and get that value for our next set of relationships. So it can definitely be powerful for us. We take 1 loathing going this way. We'll get it, lose it. 2. Oof, man. I think any route we're going to take, besides the hospital, we're going to take 2 loathing. But at least this way... So take 1, 2, then him. 1... If we take the fight, we could potentially get 3 that way. There's a familiar desk. The desk will give us books, I think. Or, like, poetry, maybe. Faceless Facsimile we've already seen. Wow, there's really no way I'm getting through this without taking a lot of loathing. Which sucks. The hospital we really don't need. We could take the assistance encounter. Could be pretty good for us. Again, either way, it's going to give us 2 loathing. So I think we might go take the assistance encounter. The Hoarder, we've got a little bit of money. We might get something out of the Hoarder. It's not going to be much. Or we go this way and get the potential 2 good things from the assistance encounters. Or the academic studies. And then an assistance encounter, which could be good for us. And then I don't really care about the hospital. I think left is our plan. I think we go left. We go for the, we're going to aim for the academic studies just to try and get some good quirks or something. No, we don't really need the hospital. And we can't really afford the Hoarder. We'll see how we feel when we get here, but... Right now, the Hoarder's only going to give us trinkets. In all honesty, we're stacked. Like, there's very few trinkets I would, like, want right now. That would be like, yes, please, give me this. We can afford to get rid of a negative quirk. Maybe bad digestion. Yeah, this could be good for us. I think we just get more value out of the studies, honestly. Potentially giving us, oh, shit. I didn't pay attention to that. Well, we're going... No matter what we do, unfortunately, we're taking an urgent repair fight. I did not pay attention to that. All right. Well, we can handle urgent repairs. It's not that big a deal. Not great, mind you, but not that big a deal. So here, I don't really care about getting books. So a trinket is probably a better option for us. Amateur armorsmith. Armorsmith is good. Yo, first time seeing this. Blood smeared calculations. Converts dodge to crit and then block to strength, and then the next turn it does the opposite. Converts crit to dodge and strength to block. I don't know if this is really that good for us. It's an interesting trinket for sure, though.
Analysis is invaluable until it becomes an excuse for inaction.
Like, this could work really well with take aim, but it also might not because it would take our crit tokens. I don't know. We'll keep it. It's one of the new trinkets in the game. It's an interesting one for sure. I just don't know if it's great. We're gonna go for the study again. We might as well try to see what fun things we can get. Now I think about it, like it could work. Well, unfortunately, it won't work there. But like, could be interesting on somebody like hard skinned, right? It could convert those block tokens into strength. But that's a one-time. I don't know. I'm sure it has it. I know it has really good value. It's just I don't think it's the best value for us. And we're really low on stuff. We're definitely getting an urgent repair fight after this, so we should make sure that we're prepared for that.
Study evokes a feeling of the familiar, does it not?
Combat items. What combat items does this give? Let's see. Clutch hitter. Nice.
Scavenge what you can.
That's a pretty good find.
Once more.
Clutch hitter isn't like great, but it's, you know, it's good. Definitely getting a lot of good items here. We're low on torch though, for sure, so we got to be cautious here. We got some scary fights coming up, and we're at 7. Do we have any glimmer left? Or do we use it all? I think we used it all. Yeah, okay. So we have a high chance for another ambush too, which is obviously bad. In fact, we're not gonna get an ambush, but we're gonna be close to it. Hey Pav, how's it going? This region, this one will take us down to 0. Well, not this fight, unless we get a ghoul. If we get a ghoul, then we have a chance of getting an ambush right after this as well. Hopefully the assistance encounter will give us torchlight though.
You must survive this onslaught short-handed.
Yeah, it's unfortunately the one that gives us stress, which is annoying. What gave us the block plus token? Oh, armor smith. Oh, nice. Yeah, very good start. Now these fights can get away from you very quickly, so we just have to be, you know, very good about them.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
Yeah, like a really rough start there. That was 4 stress. Wow, that's the first time that's procced. But we're gonna go ahead and retribution here. He procced that twice. That's really fucking unfortunate. I'm just gonna heal him. Gonna stack the blight on them as much as we can. Ah, yeah, front mortar, thank you. Wow, you actually resisted all of that, which is crazy.
A breakthrough.
And a crit heal there, very nice. All right, we're feeling all right now, so that's good. We've already got blight on everybody. This would be kind of wild if we had a flag as well for the, is it necrosis? I think it is, that hits everybody who's got blight. It's not even the plague doctor is dealing like a lot of this blight, which is the funny part. They're both dead. $18 damage with that. That's crazy. And the Virtuoso was proccing there. You know what? That's basically as good as we can get for that fight. And we just have to hope we can make it to the resistance encounter before, or the assistance encounter before we get ambushed.
Leave the wretches choking on our dust.
Yes. We should be able to. And I think if we're low torch, we should guarantee, well, I say we're at 0, so there's a pretty high chance that we can proc a... Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ooh, okay. We should be able to get a 45 out of this. There it is. When you're at low torch, you're almost guaranteed to get one that can give you 45. I think you're guaranteed, actually. Okay, and then we have another assistance encounter coming up, so we should be fine now. We had that one time where we had a urgent repair ambush right into Oblivion's Rampart, which was just super fun. Thankfully, we got a lot of dodge here, so... Oh! That was a misclick. That's really unfortunate. I did not mean to pass there. I meant to move her. That's really annoying. That was just a slip. We dodged all 3 attacks there, which is really nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just gonna move. There we go. Double 18 crits. You'll love to see it. I'm gonna encore here just to get the retribution, so that way he can tank the damage here from the crit. Hopefully the blind sticks. We'll see. And this time move her. Good miss. Thank you. All right.
Elementary.
Wow, through blind and dodge plus. Ooh, that feels bad, bro. That's like the lowest chance of something hitting in the entire game. We're not at 9 damage of him, though. Even with upgraded pistol shot and strength. We still have a chance of dealing 8. We're gonna leave storage room key. Which is not great for us, but... we're hoping for... and that's with strength, too. We're hoping that we could get a, kind of a guaranteed 9 with that. The problem with the downgraded from misstep is that we might not be able to tip the scales in our favor, depending on how things go. We'll have to see. Is there anything we want to remove? Not really. Anything from the pharmacy that we want? Leeches? Probably not. Do. We can get 2 healing salve, which can be very, very helpful for us. All shit moments when you get enemies super cleave that you didn't know about. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's fun in the sense that, like, I definitely want enemies that are challenging like that, you know? I don't want to go in and be like, nah, this is boring, because I know everything. It's always good to have those, like, nail-biting moments, you know? That's always part of the fun of this game. I hate it, but I love it. Get that torchlight up again. There we go. All right, so thanks to those assistance encounters, we're feeling all right. We do have another fight here. The loathing is pretty high, though, so we're losing torchlight pretty quick. Again, the battle modifier chance isn't anything. We shouldn't get loathing maxed out, though, so that's good. Probably going to equip Hold the Line over Defender, or over Bellow, maybe, when we get to the final fight, because I think we'll need that in case not in case, but when our man-at-arms gets pushed back to the last rank, because of the attack that the Psy does. So that's 12 damage he's doing just from taking damage. Whole team cleave near death's door. That's prime DD2 right there, yeah. That's the best moment in DD2. Man, this team is having some fun right now. You love to see it.
A slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
Ugh.
In this world, wealth is worthless without purpose.
Let's check our items, make sure that we're giving everybody something. Even if it's not great, we definitely want it. I wish it didn't do that, man. I wish it would just pull it up behind me. I'm trying to work here, game. All right. It's a Cardinal fight, I believe, not an Exemplar fight. If it is, we're about to have some fun. Okay. Yeah, I don't think you can get battle advantage in these, which is interesting. I thought you could, but fucking stupid, man. Opening a void is so annoying.
Writ large.
Okay, he's dead.
Collaboration confers advantage.
Thankfully, dodged there. Let's go ahead and reduce stress.
A brilliant conclusion.
Very nice. That also heals the dot off the mana arms, which is nice. Come on, can we dodge something? That'd be really, really cool if we could. I would like super mega like that. There we go. We didn't get any worship, which is nice. Now we can just start moving her back, getting ourselves back in a position. Probably just in time to have the Cardinal void us, and nothing good happen from that. What did I say? Yep, look at that. I mean, that could be worse, I guess. Hey, look, Tarantism actually doing its thing in our favor. Love to see it. It's nice when it happens. And stun here. Ooh, we got the burn from Enlightening. I was like, we got rid of Pyro, didn't we? We did. Hoping to heal some stress if we can.
That another may finish the work.
All right, there we go. Good heal. No. Hardened Heart can be very good sometimes. It's really good against the Act 4 boss.
Loathing festers.
And the Act 5 boss, too. It's good against any of the bosses besides Denial.
Haggard, tired-eyed, all are welcome here. We would come here in summers of years gone. To
Cosmic
write
Slayer on Furry.
and rest.
Got Cosmic Slayer and Cosmic Hater, which is really good. Fanatic Fearing doesn't do anything for us. Mellophobic is fine. All right. So we have one mastery point to our name.
Survival demands it.
We're going to repair these. We're going to use T-Service over this,
Experimentation.
which is going to give us just a chance to increase our relationships a little bit more. Right, and then looks like we're all positive. So at this point, it is about... I kind of wish we could do relationship stuff from this. Like if I could do like bam, bam here. So I could kind of see it more, but... All right, so whose relationships do we need to get to the next level? Bate and Burger. Okay, so now they're at 57% chance. We can do Rita and Bate. They're at 87% chance. No, wait, sorry, 62% chance. And now everybody is at the max threshold, so now it's about getting max. So Bate and Furry. And once we get to 20, it's like almost, it's 87, very high. So Burger and Furry. That was one. One's another 2020. And Bate and Rita. You can get close to. I'm not going to use the whiskey barrel because it's a pretty high chance of us removing all that work that we just did. So we'll probably just
Conventional fare, but fairly priced.
we do have to focus on food. Now we do have a chance of getting one up if we use this. So Bate and Rita will use this on. It's maybe a bit of a waste, but made me course. Let these offerings soften your pulse's rating. That warrants investigation. Ooh. We have one that's at a 57% chance. I will take that opportunity. All right. That's feeling pretty good there. Now, as far as our soothing poultices go, we give one to her, which pretty much guarantees that she's going to be immune. We give one to him because he's going to be tanking a lot of it. Impermeable poultice does nothing for us. We'll probably just do it on the same people, though. Healing here. We'll also give healing here as well. It's always good. More healing is good healing. We can do this to get rid of that stress. Stun resist, sure. Our healer is now stun resistant. Stun immune, even. I don't think we're going to use that.
Every league, a lesson.
Everybody's eaten. We do have a chance of maybe getting this relationship up to max. But is Gnarly Knuckles or is anything going to help us get that little bit extra damage? No. Stimulating Poultice can be really good for us. I'm going to throw one of these on the Highwayman just because we want him going first. And that's going to pretty much guarantee it. That we may even just want to guarantee it. Like, no chance of anything else going before him. This way, he will always get that strength token, which will line us up for the most success that we can have against the boss. And then the Mastery Trainer. Battlefield Medicine might be the best call here. I'm also tempted to take the double tap. Let's go for it. We'll keep those burn salve. Holy water. All right, off to the mountain we go.
To the mountain, but only one leads beyond it.
Let's see if we can finish out and get up through Act 2 again. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. Amherst again. It's crazy.
Desire will never die.
That's Amherst 3 times in a row on the same people. Another Amherst. Really good. Amherst on Grapeshot Blast is going to be really good for us. Sparring Tune, Bolding. We're not using Bolding Vapors, but...
Tried and tested. A bond to be counted on.
Noxious Blast giving us strength is really nice. Good stuff. We already got the achievement for full relationships at the mountain, though, so unfortunately we're not getting that one again. I need to get that full negative relationships one. That one's gonna be fun to get.
At last,
Like, ruining our relationships. I don't even know if, like, I can make that happen properly. But really good to see there. Good stuff. Alright, off we go. We've got one fight, I believe. And then we have the Sai. I don't think you get 2 fights until Act 3 now. Love what they've done with the mountain. It really feels like much more menacing now. No, I mean, we already starts at 2 block tokens. It didn't really make much of a difference, but now we get 3 block tokens. Yeah, it is easier. Like, the game is definitely slated toward, like, there are no items that guarantee you relationship loss. There are some that can make it, that have a chance of it happening, but none that guarantee it. And so it's generally much easier to get positives than it is to get negatives. Smoke bomb here. That's unfortunate. Try for it again. Yeah. Just blinding because he is generally just very good to blind. I'd like if they missed if it didn't generate worship. Priorities are going to be getting rid of the ads here. Nice crit on that.
A breakthrough. Cunning. You may outwit them yet.
So it's dead. Shove her in the back where she's much less useful. I've actually gotten to death's door already. Definitely have a good chance of killing him here before he can go. Let's just go for it. What's he down to now? 30% chance. There we go. At 12 damage base, that was good. That's what we want to see. Nice worship, losers. Loser. Loser. It's the mating call of a jellyfish. Loser. Loser. Alright. So we're going to check our abilities here. I don't think Bella's going to give us much use. Hold the line definitely will. I think everything else is probably fine to have. Let's take a look at combat items. So burn salve will be good for those little bits of things. Yeah, thank you. You appreciate it. Clotting powders isn't going to do much for us, but milk soaked linen definitely will. And healing salve. Healing salve might be better than the burn salve. It heals more, right? So, like, this one's conditional. All right. Let's go. Let's do it. I think we got this.
Behold.
Every time it hits the man arms too, it's just gonna slowly like stack up. Oh, thanks for that whiskey that it just generated right now. What a silly thing to do. Even if it was a combat item, like, oh, you can't use that, so. The seething sigh.
Stertorous avatar of ill-concealed rage.
Cool, good start.
Cooperation is the key.
I'm going to prime our take aim before we start doing damage. Just so we can set ourselves up for success. And then we're just gonna start pumping in blight.
Malaise, measured and steady.
Okay. We're gonna move the blind. And then we're just gonna retribution. Resisted the blight, which is annoying. Okay, we're gonna get... We may be able to actually remove the back lung at this rate because of how much damage we're gonna be doing, which is pretty good. It's resisting the freaking thing every time, which is annoying. What's its base resist? It's probably fairly high, isn't it? $40. Shouldn't be resisting it every time, but it's what it is. Okay, retribution here. Yeah, it's resisting its blight. It's blight. Yeah, the blight from that attack every time, which is just kind of annoying. But it is what it is. Yeah. It's not gonna do much, but it will peel off the block token, and then we can just do this, and that should be enough to peel off the... Was it not? It did 8 and then 3... No, 1 off. That's very annoying. Man Arms is not blind, so this is going to be the better option here. That's a crit too, so that's going to do some good damage. And then we can just do this. Hard counteract 3. No. Spoken sharply? Which one's spoken sharply? Sorry, I have to remember which one's which, because I don't remember. Is that the damage one? When hit, he minus 33 HP. It does not hard counter it because you can eventually get to the point where you're not doing any healing with that ability. We have to do 1 damage here, so I'm gonna go ahead and take aim or encore here to get the take aim to again prime our damage. Because if you put it on your tank, right, every time they hit, they'll eventually just start doing 0. This is probably gonna miss. I'm actually gonna go ahead and remove this blind. Lucky with the shallow breaths here, kinda. Good resist on the burn, thank you. We don't really care about the weakness. Let's just go ahead and crit 0. I love it. Yeah, I think we're starting to stack it pretty well here. We don't need to worry about any tokens. Let's just get retribution up. Don't need to worry about healing right now. Good crit. Oh, we landed a burn there too. Very nice. There's our first deep breath. Thankfully, we have a crit token, so we can be okay here. So remove the back lung as an issue. I'm gonna wait for the ads to play. Whew. So people can actually see the ending here. Alright, that should be the ads over. Alright, yes, we'll go hit here. It won't be enough to take it out, but then we'll do this. And then he should be able to land the big hit. Assuming he doesn't get something crazy happen to him. You should be able to land enough damage here to remove the rest of that token. No AoE. And deep breath. I think we just damage race at this point. Don't think we worry about it. Wow. Hit through it. That's crazy. It does get its attack off here. This won't count for a dot. Oh boy, nobody hit that store though, but that's why you generally don't want to let that sit. Like it's generally no. I mean that hit almost everybody to death store besides people who dodged it. So, oh, that's unfortunate. All right, we'll just heal here because you never know. Should always take advantage of our time to heal. There you go. All right. And it's dead. We almost ended that on like full health, but we did take that one cleave attack, unfortunately. But you know, eventually you just gotta hit it. The safer thing to do would have been to keep doing what we were doing, remove the token, and let the damage, you know, just deal with it that way. But where's the fun in being safe? 92 candles. That was pretty good. Pretty good. So yeah, that concludes our second boss on this attempt. So in just the time to see you kill the little lungs, yeah, we wrecked it. We were stacking so much blight with between our Plague Doctor and Sickening Silence. It was just doing really well. And our Highwayman was absolutely cracked. So it's a really strong team. I hope we can make it through Obsession tomorrow, because I would like to get past. I think once we make it past Obsession, we're feeling pretty good.